Hi everyone, welcome back to Small Engine Tutorial. Today we have this urgent job to do. I found a friend of mine who I promised to provide them with a mower. The problem is we don't have a working mower at the moment. So here we have the Victa 4-stroke with the Tecumseh engine. The problem is leaking oil through the muffler. There's a problem with the valve, so it's a really big job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this engine with a Briggs Classic 35 Classic. And also we need to fix the carburetor and also fix the throttle or the control assembly. So this mower has 4 blades mulching. I'm going to replace this one with the 2 blades. So let's get started. Here you can see it's leaking oil. Please leave a comment. What do you think? Is it worth rebuilding this engine when resetting the valve? So we can do this one in our future video as a project. So using a 19 socket, okay. Okay, let's start rebuilding this Pulsa jet carby. Let's remove these 5 screws. So checking the diaphragm, gasket and diaphragm, still good. Most of the cases you can still reuse this one, but because we already opened it, I'm going to replace this one with a new one. So let's clean this this part here. Okay, let's remove the mesh and also the spring. So primer is still working, still good. Just clean the nozzle. Okay, let's assemble this one. So let's put the mesh, the spring. Here I have new diaphragm and gasket. So you place the diaphragm first. Then the gasket. And gradually place this one. So we need to try this one manually. All good. Okay, let's clean this flywheel first. Let's fix this one. It's badly bent. So this part here is not touching the contact switch. Now it's good. To install the ignition coil, we use the 0.2mm film against the flywheel. So we position the magnet to that side. So I'll place the film between the ignition coil and the magnet, the flywheel, to set the gap. Okay, so we will release the film. So all good. So how do we know if the ignition is good? Well, you start the engine and see the spark. What about if there's no spark? Then we just wasted our time. So I think I'm going to test the ignition first before fully assemble the system. So to test the ignition, I'm using an inductance meter for testing ignition. Most of you are familiar with testing ignition using ohms or in kilo ohms. We'll test both in kilo ohms and also in henries or millihenry. So to test the high voltage lead, between the high voltage lead and the ground, it should gives us around a couple of henries value in the ground. Okay, it's no reading, no reading. We'll test this one also in kilo ohms. We'll set this one to 20k. So this will read usually around 10k. Okay, so this ignition module or ignition coil is faulty. So we test the one from the stop contact to the stop switch to the ground. we should have a 0 ohm, but when you use a millihenry or in henries, we set this one to millihenry, we should get some reading. So that gives us about 1.7, 1.8 millihenry. So this connection between the contact to the stop switch to the chassis shouldn't be shorted. So you wonder how the engine stop the spark if you measure this contact, this bottom here to the chassis is already shorted. I would use a resistance meter. That's because resistance meter reads 0 ohm. So the resistance reading is 0. But actually there's an inductance in between this point and that point. And the only way to measure this one properly is to use inductance meter in millihenry. We'll try to twist this, we'll try to twist the lead. Maybe the contact between the rubber boot or this part here to the center of the ignition lead is, we have loose contact. So we'll try this one first. Oh, okay, we got some reading, 7.1 millihenries, which that's what the value what I expect. So this ignition coil is still good. Okay, we'll just try to press this one. Okay, it's 7.1 millihenry. So we'll try this one with resistance reading. Should be around 10k or less. Okay, it's only 2.58k. So now we try to insert a contact. Here we have 1.8, but when this one switch, that's short, it goes to 0, then 1.8, 0, 1.8. That's how it works. Now next is we're going to install the carburetor. So we put a little bit of oil on the o-ring. Next is we need to install this part here. Okay, we need to install the linkage. Okay. Okay, I'm going to install the starter assembly. give me one minute. Just a minute. Okay, grab this now. Okay. Let's install the blades. The thread locker. So I'll use a thread locker because I used the old bolt and nut. Okay. Now we're going to move this throttle to the other side. Thanks for watching our video repair tutorial for today, and it's a very long day. It's 7 p.m. now, and hopefully you find it useful and informative and you enjoy watching this video, despite it's a very long video. And please leave a comment if you have any questions, and if you have any thoughts or anything, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.